Hi, one forum news brings you the best. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Your comment and all likes will be highly appreciated. Let's take a look at something that is the smaller political parties that are engulfing the political system of Africa. Yes, every country or most countries that are practicing democracy in Africa, one side thing that you see is there are many political parties when it comes to the smaller ones. Here, I'm not talking about the major ones, yes. But we say that what we are practicing is called multi-party democracy. And most of the parties are not all that qualified to even be called political parties. But sadly, because of their rights and whatever that they want to do for the country, they are given the chance to contest. You can talk about South Africa, you can talk about Ghana, you can talk about Senegal, you can talk about Ivory Coast, you can talk about almost all the countries in Africa that are practicing proper or partly democracy. They are not there yet, but they are trying their best. All the countries in Africa that are trying their best to practice democracy, though they still have some lapses. All that we see is mostly there are a lot of minor political parties that don't make much impact when it comes to the general elections of those countries. But the question is, why is it that the country is always pumping money in getting these people onto the ballot papers and also providing security for them? Because once you are contesting or you have the opportunity to contest as a flag bearer or as a leader of a given political party, the country is mandated to provide you security. Yes, though you may have your private security and all that thing, but the country is mandated to provide you with security and some other logistics, as well as even the electoral commission or independent electoral commission, or the name that you have for it when it comes to your country. I'm talking about the whole of Africa, not in a specific country. They have to provide certain things for these people. And at the end, they end up spending money unnecessarily on these minor political parties. Why is it that all these political parties cannot come together, form a very stronger force to fight the other major political parties? Because when you take a look at most of the minor political parties that we have in Africa, most of them, they are not qualified to be called political parties. Why? Because they don't even have any party offices anywhere. All that they have is they operate from their home or their houses. They don't even have representation when it comes to the entirety of the country. But at the end, these people are given this opportunity because it is said to be their right. But for us to be able to move forward, we are copying the right democracy or the things that happen in advanced countries or those that are the upper north. Yes, they are practicing the best democracy and things are being done, and most often than not. Though there are some countries that are exception, they also have minor political parties. But the major ones that we hear, you can talk about the US, you can talk about the UK. They may have some other smaller or independent political parties here and there, but it's not so massive as in Africa. Taking a look at South Africa, over 50 political parties. Taking a look at Ghana, over 13 political parties, or even including independent candidates. Taking a look at Senegal, you can talk about Togo, you can talk about what have you, all over Africa. That is what we are seeing. That is why for us to be able to practice the proper democracy. And one funny thing is, when you take the manifesto or the plans of all these smaller political parties, they align. Why can't they come together, form a very strong force to fight those that are already established, that is established political parties that we have in Africa? Because taking a look at everything, all that we see is either party A winning or party B winning. If party A is in government, party B will be the opposition. That is all that we see. The third forces are very important in every country for the beauty of democracy, because maybe it's the third forces or third political parties, strong political parties, that may be able to make good impact or even influence policies when it comes to developmental and progress of African countries. That is what those smaller parties have to work on. But why do they always keep on fighting for themselves and spending money? This is the reason. The reason is very simple. When it comes to politics, it's not only about winning the main election, it's about making the name for yourself as well. So I can say for a fact that most of them, they are not so interested when it comes to winning election. Meanwhile, for the formation of any political party, the first aim of every political party is to win political power. But most of the smaller parties, when it comes to Africa, I don't think they are interested in winning political power. Some of them, they are just there because of revenge, and some of them are just there just to make the name for themselves and also be very influential. But why can't they channel those resources and those finances and those strength and their policies towards other areas of the economy or sectors of the economy and make an impact? But they always want to be in politics. Is it not just for themselves? This is a question, a rhetorical one, but if you have the answer, you can provide the answer. But what I can say is, there is a need for the whole of Africa when it comes to countries in Africa. They have to come together and streamline things so that at least all those smaller political parties, because taking a look at it, most of them, even putting all the smaller political parties together, they cannot even make 5% of the entire vote of the country. But they are still there, wasting the resources of the country and causing issues. The only time that it seems to be very influential is when there is runoff. And all this runoff that the country have to sponsor and also provide finances for the workers that will take care of election and voting here and there. It's as a result of these smaller political parties. So are they there just to make us waste more money, or they are there to cause anything positive for the country? Those are the things that we need to look at. Yes, it's their right to contest, but we have to channel our resources rightly so that at least, let's assume that all of them come together under one umbrella. That may be better. If they come under one umbrella and they form one political party or put their resources together, you have only one flag bearer. There will be no need for the country to spend more money providing security and other logistics to these people. That is what the whole of Africa, the youth of Africa, as well as even the older people, the older generation, we should come together and agree that when there should be an election in country A or country B, those smaller parties should just come together, form a formidable team to contest, not necessarily allowing all manner of people just contesting, wasting money and resources for the country, and causing issues when it comes to the rerun of the election. Let us have two hot races, that is two political parties, major political parties, that will be very influential and work very well when it comes to development of African countries. We are tired of these issues of smaller political parties influencing things, and at the end, when they take you to run off, all that they do is they go about lobbying just to be influential and also to make names for themselves. It's all about them, that's what I can say, not about any citizen of any country in Africa. Why am I saying so? If it's about the citizens of Africa, why can't you, once you know very well that you won't be able to win, some of them they know, most of them they know that there is no way that they're going to win, but at least they want to be influential, they want their names to be heard, and they want to do certain things for themselves. Some of them want their businesses to expand. That is why they still insist that they have to contest as either independent or form political parties for themselves. But I think government in Africa, they have to find a way to disintensify. They have to find a way so that these people will not continue to do things this way, because time is going and the whole of our resources, after every 4 years or after every 5 years, we end up spending money on these political parties, smaller political parties, and they don't bring anything onto the table. Whatever they have, if it's about policies, if it's about their manifesto, they should come together, form a stronger team, and fight the other two that are always common in most countries in Africa. Please, we wish the political parties in Africa the best, but we want them to bring things that will influence the progress of the country, but not at the end causing the country to waste much money or too much money when it comes to sponsoring them in terms of their security and other things. Please, for more about discussions and analysis like this, kindly subscribe to this channel. One Forum News, for the best when it comes to security, for the best when it comes to politics of Africa and historical antecedents, and for the best when it comes to crime analysis. We'll be here to bring you the best. Your comments and your likes, as always, will be highly appreciated. Please, whatever you have to say about this whole issue, about smaller political parties coming together or allowing them to vote or to contest, please put it at the comment section. Thank you so much. All the best. Thank you.